In this video, we'll have a look at how Groovy variables are used and how you can define and use them in your Groovy scripts. There are a couple of ways to define Groovy variables. One is the native way of specifying the data type followed by a variable name, which would be like int x or float f. The other way is to use dynamic typing, where you just use the keyword define, to create a variable. So, as you can see on the right side, the first three are created using the native syntax in which we've defined the data type as string, and then the variable name as message, and we've assigned it to the value hello. You can do the same with the int variables. The last two examples use the def keyword. So you can define variables using the def keyword and lead the data type assignment to the interpreter. In order to use these variables in your script, you can define variables, and remember they're always case sensitive. So an age with a small a and an age with a capital A would be two different things. As you can see on this screen, when you print the age with a small a, it prints out 10. And when you print out the age with a capital A, it prints out a corresponding 23. So those are two different things. Let's just practice a little bit with the variables. So in the first instance, I'll define two integers, and we'll simply add them and see what the result is. Now, you can add them to your threat variable if you want, or you can do it directly. We'll see both methods. So, if you print out C, that will obviously print the result, and that will be 30. You can do the same using the A plus B syntax, where you do not have to define C specifically. Let's execute the script. Now both lines should be printing the same value as in 30. We could even do something further, which is concatenating a string with the variable value. In order to do that, let's see what we want to print out. So we want to say that the sum of A and B is C, right? Now to add the variable values to it, it can use the scripting syntax. And this will essentially concatenate the values of these variables A, B, and C within your string. So let's execute the script, and it'll produce the sum of 10 and 20, which is 30. We can do the same thing using strings. So let's just use a def keyword to define a string summary. We haven't explicitly defined a string variable, we just defined the summary. So let's see how this behaves when we try to print it out within a string. All right, this is executed. Again, you are able to concatenate the string, or the variable summary, within your printed string. And this is how you'd use numeric and string data types within Groovy.